So, a good few years ago, I'm going to hazard a guess and say about 5, I was over here, as usual, and I noticed a fella, and he had a backpack with like a satellite receiver dish coming out the back, and a big sort of rugged rubberized laptop on a cradle, like a strap thing. And I thought, oh, what's he doing? So obviously I went, hello, what are you up to then? And he went, I work for Forestry England, and I'm over here doing a survey, mapping the trees. And he had this thing, and I went, oh right, what's that made of? And he went, eventually they're going to cut down his trees, which were planted in the 1950s, I do believe. A Scotch pine, it's a big tree planting programme, went on in the 50s and the 60s, to do with after the wars, I suppose, because they've used all the wood, I don't know what for, making wooden things. But I thought, oh wow, it's amazing. And so obviously I started questioning him about the tree. So I've got a tree expert in front of me now, so I'm going to like pick his brains about trees. So I was asking about all the trees and that, and he's telling me about the western hemlocks, and I've never heard of a western hemlock before. And I thought, oh, that's a really cool name. And I always thought, oh, it's like the western hemlocks on stage. I thought it'd make a good sort of name for an indie band, but it doesn't really, does it? But anyway, so he was a nice bloke, about my age, young, and so he's explaining about all the stuff that's going on around here, and I'm like, oh, right, I have this big machine. Well, I've seen one of the machines actually over there, and it's just like one machine that grabs the tree, saws it, tips it over, drags it through, and cuts it all up. Whereas I suppose years ago they've had teams of blokes, but now I think this machine is guided by satellites to where to go. It's it's incredible. It's very industrious. Is that the right word? So anyway, got to talking. I mean, some beautiful trees over here. Apart from all the sort of the trees that have been planted to be felled, there's like some beautiful old oaks and sort of stuff, and there's all manner of some really beautiful beech trees and birch trees. But we're talking about beech over there, about a mile from here. There's a beautiful. I'll show you one day. There's a beautiful bit. It looks like it's sort of man-made, like a ditch. I thought it might have been like a pillow mound, they're called, but I used to breed rabbits in the Middle Ages, but I'm not sure. So anyway, there's some beautiful beech trees over there. The limbs come down, scoop up the ground, and they're like real. I've got photos of them. They're real architectural, beautiful trees. And the kids, there's always swings there, and as you can see, there's remnants of camps and stuff like that. So it's a real magnet for sort of people to go and hang around. There's about 4 of these beautiful beech trees. I was telling him about it, and he's like looking at me like that. And I went, I think the beech trees enjoy the kids climbing them and stuff, and like feed off the energy. The trees are like happy that the kids are playing with them in this sort of beautiful natural playground. And he looked at me like I was mental, right, and just shut up and just walked off.